Hello, so I am making this video to kind of ease other women like me who've been trying to conceive for a while, who are now taking the final steps into their fertility journey, now going through the process. And I want to talk about my HSG test. I got mine done yesterday, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're like me, you're Googling and watching everyone else's videos and everyone else's experiences, listening to girlfriends, strangers, whoever. My advice, everyone else's videos and everyone else's experiences, listening to girlfriends, strangers, whoever. My advice would be, especially if you're like me, you're not going to stop. You are going to freak yourself out. I freaked myself out to the point where I was literally crying and shaking the day of my appointment. I couldn't think about anything, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, nothing. I was so worried. I don't know why I was so worried about what it was gonna feel like, what was gonna happen. I don't know if it was just like coming off of my period emotions as well, but I was just really nervous, and luckily my doctor was able to prescribe me a Valium, a generic Valium, to kind of take the edge off, but honestly I don't really think it did much for me. I think what honestly really helped me, I took a 800 ibuprofen before I went. It didn't help my nerves, but I think it did help with the pain for the actual procedure. So I went to Pomona Valley Hospital in California. For one, the facility itself, guys, I was a nervous wreck, and the hospital, I guess that waiting room is on rollers, and it was shaking so bad I thought there was an earthquake going on the whole time I was waiting for my procedure. They had made me wait an extra 45 minutes past my original scheduled appointment time, so that didn't help at all. So by the time they took me back, I was just a ball of nerves, and there was nothing. I was just so nervous. So when they took me back, I was literally shaking, crying. The lady, I don't know if she was like technician or nurse, she cracked a couple jokes and I think helped me a little bit. I laid under the x-ray machine, and she just took a picture at first of my pelvis, and thankfully they also let my husband be in the room, not at the time of the procedure, but everything leading up to it, he was there. So she took a picture of my pelvis, and then they didn't have a place for your feet to go in. So they didn't have a place like the stirrup things where your feet are supposed to go in. So she just had me place my feet on like the metal part of the bed. And the radiologist came in. She spoke very highly of him. She said if I were having this procedure done, I would want him to do it because he's like my go-to guy, blah blah blah. I don't know if she was just trying to make me feel better because I was literally crying. But he comes in, and they get me ready, put me in place. They put the speculum, I think that's what it's called, in to open my vagina. After he put that in, opened up my vagina, he cleaned everything out, got the catheter, was trying to put it into my cervix, but it was bouncing out because the opening of my cervix was very, very, very tiny. And he asked the nurse or lady that was there with us if we had a smaller one. She said, nope, that's the smallest one. And then this is the only pain that I did feel was when it went into my cervix. It was pressure, but I don't think it was like a pinch or anything. They said it might be a pinch or pressure, and everyone's different. But it was just pressure, and then he injected the stuff, took pictures, and the procedure was done within like 15-30 seconds after it. That was the worst part, is when it was being inserted into my cervix. And the dye went through no problem. I had no blockages. From what I researched myself, it hurts more whenever they're trying to push the fluid in or the contrast in, and there's blockages because it will try to unblock those things for you. So that was my experience. After that, I didn't even feel him pull it out. Nothing. But again, I was on ibuprofen, so I think that's why. Afterwards, I wanted to celebrate because I saw the picture of my uterus. It looked beautiful. No blockages. Everything's in the clear. No cysts, no palps, no nothing. Everything was perfect. So, I wanted to go celebrate, and I was like, let's go have a beer and some tacos, and I felt fine. Like hours after the procedure, I felt fine. Once my ibuprofen wore off, though, I was very bloated and crampy feeling. It just feels like, honestly, like you ate or drank too much. Like your stomach is just extended a little bit. At least that's like you're really, really full. That's what it felt to me. And I kind of felt like that all night long, just crampy, super bloated, feeling just uncomfortable. It was hard for me to sleep last night because I was just uncomfortable feeling, just felt bleh. And then this morning, I didn't feel as bad. Still feel a little bloated, but not as much as yesterday. And when I went to go pee, I thought, oh, what a perfect time to take an antibiotic, because the antibiotics that they had prescribed me said that it can be taken without food. So I did that, and within 30 minutes, I felt so nauseous. I tried eating like a oatmeal bar, and I threw everything up. So don't recommend taking your antibiotics on an empty stomach. Note to self. So yeah, I still feel just a little achy, a little bloated, but nothing too bad. I'm gonna try to eat some more food right now and see how I feel. I wanted to try to go to the gym today because I'm usually very active. I try to do at least like 15-20 minutes every day or every other day workout. So we'll see how I feel, though. I want to take it easy and rest so we can enjoy the weekend. But yeah, if you're like me, you've been trying everything under the sun, from this little shit that supposedly monitors your cervical mucus, to ovulation sticks, after ovulation sticks. I got this in Nito, I think that's what it's called. So far, I think this one has been the best. Taking measurements of my hormones, it measures progesterone, estrogen, and your LH, which is your ovulation one. So, and then it gives you a chart of like where everything's at. So out of all of them, I'm liking this one so far. The rumor is that after this procedure, it's more likely to conceive, and honestly, that's our goal. If we don't conceive naturally within the next month or two, then we're gonna start our insemination treatments. And yeah, I hope that catheter that he put in just opened my cervix enough to get some swimmers in there and get a baby going. So yeah, super hopeful.